Rehabilitation and treatment in the prisons of America. The convict strolled into the prison administration building to get assistance and counseling for his personal problems. Inside the main door were several other doors proclaiming doctor, lawyer, teacher, counselor, therapist, etc. He chose the proper door and was confronted with two more doors, custody and treatment. He chose treatment, went in, and was confronted with two more doors, first offender and previous offender. Again, he chooses the proper door and was confronted with two more doors, adult and juvenile. He was an adult. So he walked through that door and ran smack into two more doors, Democrats and Republican. He was a Democrat. So he rushed through that door and ran smack into two more doors, black and white. He was black. So he rushed, ran through that door and fell 9 stories to the street. Muy buenas noches, mi gente. My name is Ponce Pagan Morales. I want to welcome everyone to La Esquina Open Mic. Thank you for being here. So it's a very intimate group tonight. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna give everybody 2 or 3 poems. So we're gonna start off really quickly. Again, thank you for joining us on this hot, humid July 16th. I see some new faces, as mentioned before. If you wanna read, just drop me a little chat here and I'll make sure to add you to the list. I love new voices. So to the old heads who have been coming back here to the open mic, just know that I'm calling new voices up first. So sit back and enjoy the ride. Con eso, I would like to open up the mic to Anthony Rivera.
Oh, there went my camera.
Mira para allá.
Can't take me nowhere. This is why I don't do this. This is why I don't do this. Buenas noches. Como dijo Mario José Pagan Morales y el otro que se quedó sin nombre. My name is Anthony Rivera. And usually when I get up on these things, I always just light a bit of something for the ancestors, call them in. Because rituals like this is where we find community and ancestors. The piece that I'm going to read is untitled. Did you listen? Could you hear? Where the worlds of words telling stories you've never heard, saying prayers you've never said to your soul in reverb. I heard it. It changed my life. As the sounds glared past my open eardrum like a bullet through this black barrel gun, it amazed me. I was in a world of transparency, transcendency. See through you, see through me, crackled light like amber bright. This space between, this swirling floor, this crevice line, this. Yes, I heard it. I heard the sound. It echoed through my mind, around, unbound. And I had never lost it, yet here it was, found. I was now a man, deeper voiced, like a hollow drum, carved from the tree of choice, raw skinned on top and blessed with rum. Like crash lightning, the surge so frightening, the urge heightening my senses so despite me. And the look I take despises me because I can't see what's inside of me. So I take all of those disguises off me and let you get a rise of me. And yet, in spite of me, I heard it. I listened. This is what you incite in me. So I step back and take delight in this shiver that you ignite in me and bring back the life in me. So I wish to fight, you see, to stand up with reality and wide-eyed insanity. I heard it. I heard it. I heard it. What did you say to me? Thank you.
Vaya, Anthony Rivera, shout out, my brother. For you who don't know, Anthony Rivera is an amazing artist and artisan. He creates actually a lot of my pieces. He created this caracol in honor of my father. He does a lot of my artwork in my house is made by Anthony Rivera. He's actually making a series of semi necklaces for the Títere poets, and it's amazing work. I don't have mines on. Anthony, you want to speak a little bit more on that? Where can we find your work? You know, how can we, is there somewhere where we could contact you so we can have conversations if we want to get some stuff done?
If you guys want to get some stuff done, talk to Mario. He knows how to get in contact with me. He's the plug. I don't have anything. I mean, I have an Instagram. Ant Riv Art on Instagram. I do dream catchers as a side hustle as well. I've been creating, I do like smudge feathers for, smudging and smoke. And I spoke to Mario earlier, let him know that I have 2 for sale at this moment, if you guys are interested. So this is a goose feather, and it's wrapped in leather with leather cord, and then wrapped in leather, in dark brown leather cord with some wooden beads. There's the camera with some wooden beads. And then this stone right here is a rose quartz. And rose quartz is a stone that is used in meditative practices when it comes to love, more specifically self-love. It's good to meditate with this stone because it helps those energies sort of come through. The second piece I have is also goose feather, and this was made with black cord as well. I have a turquoise on this side right here, and seashells that the last time I went to the beach, I had the feather on me, and I was like, you know what? I feel creative, and I made it literally. Sitting at the beach, picking up the seashells that were like right next to me, and I was like, okay, this works. They go for $25 each. So if you guys are interested, please let me know. I also
what's this one made of, Anthony?
Which one?
The one that's on the screen that I'm showing you.
I see it now. So that one has, the white one is goose feather. The gray one underneath it, I think, is also goose feather. The green ones, the long green ones,
yeah,
that's rooster feather. And the small green one at the bottom is duck feather.
Cool.
And then there's a stone on that one. And
it's one of my favorite pieces. Cool. So how do we reach you? What's the email again?
My Instagram is AntRivArt, ANTRIVART.
All right, put it in the chat.
Bet.
All right.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you for that, Anthony. I appreciate you, bro.
No, thank you.
All right, so the next poet to the mic is new to the open mic. She was drinking the Snoop Dogg special earlier, the gin and juice. So the next poet to the mic is Amanda La Tormenta. Is that correct?
That is correct. But
all right.
I wasn't drinking.
No.
I have mango juice.
Oh, who said gin and juice? I'm sorry. Here I was trying to be clever.
Someone else is drinking gin.
I'm horrible. I'm horrible.
It's okay. We can pretend.
All right. Buen provecho. You're up next. So again, every poet could shoot 2 or 3 poems if they want. So Go ahead, my sister.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I'm gonna start off with some new shit.
New shit?
And then I might go to some old shit. This is called Wonder Woman versus Wild Card. If I ruled this world with one twirl, you'd probably become the king of it. You'd probably be given permission to slip away from here into waters pure diamond, crystal clear, into an ass fat, a blunt fatter, furthest away from natural disasters or ones caused by our bare hands. This dance, this tormenta trance gives you a delicious, delightful chokehold, but still asks that you don't let go. Even if we both got other places to show love to, if I ruled this world, I would still save myself before you, but a thank you always comes after every diss, before every kiss that wasn't even meant for me, bent over backwards out of life we might be, but I'm nowhere near done drowning in the divinity of your Nile River. I will ask you to forgive me, even if you say I don't deserve it, but I will not forfeit a throne that was sculpted just for me. If I were a wild card, I would sharpen my tongue, but somewhere, someone tried to kill me with lectures of how this isn't an option. Though I know it is, though I know these just some little ass kids trapped in adult bodies. If Wonder Woman met Medusa, they'd probably like the same music, and your interlude might make them in the mood to stay longer. On the days I am tired of being stronger, I speak slower, I speak lower, and I am still asked to put on a performance. If I ruled this world, Black women would do nothing but rest. Anything less is never obligatory. We have stories to tell, which we spell straight from muscle memory. Little need for a time machine. When the faces of my ancestry rise from my palms of trees, if I ruled this world, my raspberries would be the only healing circles you'd ever need. My pen, welcoming anything that will put it to work, like there's a check with my name on it, like my signature could free all the kids, like I really must be dreaming all this shit, like these mortalities must be a myth, like I know that's what they want me to think, but like just tell me this is a sick, masochistic joke. How many strokes does it take to turn a poet to a goddess, to get her out of the closet of her confined mind? As noble as they come, you know we are never out of time, even if the island of Cuba things are not simple. From complexities that there are no metaphors for, to trips to the store, to things we can't afford, but buy anyway, but try anyway, because we're gonna die anyway, even if we're always here. Can I please get 2 beers to celebrate with this little light of mine that lets me shine, that found me hanging by my last lifeline and found the time to tell me I could rule this world? I owe you 10 tantalizing swirls. I owe you the fluffiest of curls. I owe you raspberry cheesecake, organically churned. I deserve to stay alive, to kill this pride on my sleeve, to solve mysteries, to wave fees of white flags pointed directly at me, to paint this hell in drag, to give trans folks their flowers while their lungs still pump. When you are nervous, just picture me rubbing your lower back, rubbing the anxiety attack that did not bother to say hello. My favorite fellow, this poem must pause for now, but my thoughts of you do not. When I need grace to rule this world, I'll chant this story a lot.
I'm probably consciously mirroring you.
Whew, that took a lot more energy than I thought it would. I have another short piece and then
Otra.
This one is really short, but it's spicy as fuck. Let me try to get some energy for this one. This one is called You Are Kin, But I Will Kill You. I finally looked this motherfucker in the eye for the very first time in weeks, only to explicitly see that this explosive rage was never even about him. His suicide threats and my I wish a bitch would were just a tragic song and dance to a louder cry for help. And it'd be easier to say that he is to blame, that only he caused this, but we both know that's foolish. because I have been born to a bloodline of men who lie about what they will provide and whose pussy they've been inside. You are kin, but I will kill you. I have learned many lessons the hard way. Ignore a red flag when it is small and watch it erupt into volcanoes melting away at your soul. There is no room for me inside a man who helped create 2 children, but still secretly hates women. For this, I thank God they're both boys. Thank you.
Oh my God. Thank you so much for being vulnerable, for sharing your poetry with us. Okay, so we're gonna keep it moving. Next poet to the mic. You know what? I should have asked this earlier. Tormenta, and Anthony, if you can get back on, because we're so intimate, right? I'm gonna ask a question. What are you reading these days? So, for example, I went to the library and I picked up James Baldwin's collective poetry, Robert Hayden. I got this extra nice book that I had to buy. So, what are we reading these days?
You didn't even have to ask me because I'm literally sitting right next to what I'm reading. I just copped this poetry book by J.P. Howard, one of my favorite Black queer poets. This one's called Say Mirror. It's fire as fuck. Shake Loose My Skin, Sonia Sanchez. Love Sonia Sanchez. And then Sacred Woman by Queen Afua.
Vaya, excelente, muchas gracias. All right, so next poet to the mic. I think I don't know. I feel like he's been here before. He has that familiar face. Willie, have you been to La Esquina open mic before? You can unmute yourself.
Yes. Yes, I was actually at a
No, you're good. We can hear you.
yeah, okay. I was at a reading that you had here.
Oh yeah, you look familiar. How do you pronounce
it? I was loudly booed. Yes.
No, that's not true. You're horrible. How do you pronounce your last name, my friend?
My last name is Echanique. My full name is Guillermo Alfonso Claudio Echanique.
Oh my God! There we go.
Okay?
D-Bird, he beat us. D-Bird.
My poetry name is Will Win because I started in slam, and I thought it was very fitting to put my first name and my mother's last name, Win. You know, so
gotcha.
Will Win.
Gotcha.
And I've been here before. I listened to Pan con Títeres y Sin Títeres.
Oh,
and
thank you.
So I'm a little. I'm really glad to be here.
Excellent.
Okay.
Muchas gracias. So the next poet to the mic is Will Win.
Okay. Usually when we go to an open, you know, we feel a little scared. So here it is. Here it's one that is like that. Jump. Engine noise and wind rush roar past the open door as we climb higher and higher, ourselves held down by equipment and dread. At last, the drop height is reached, our throats tightened with excitement and hearts pounding, mouth dry at the prospect of the fall, our imaginations in fear soaring in the clouds. We get ready to jump. The word is go, and we move similarly, anonymous in our helmets, bulky clothes. We vanish one by one, as if snatched by a cold hand. We dive into the sky and our onrushing terror, the sudden wind, an awful blast that hurts like birth. And nothing matters anymore. There is no sensation of speed or falling, no thought or ecstasy or regrets. Oblivion beckons, its sweet call, just a letting go, a soaring, a sort of disbelief. Suddenly, the chute opens with a snap and a jolt. The other shoots too blossom in the placid sky, and we float down spent toward our individual denouements. How many times, likewise, will we be asked, flying through our lofty days, to rise, hook up, wait for the command, then launch ourselves to face our worst fears, find our fate in life's wide open sky, ready or not. Thank you. And now from a collection called De las Naves del Amor y sus Naufragios. This is number 2. Cae cayendo, muere muriendo, sublime y quedo, se queja levemente como las últimas hojas caídas del otoño, y son también las horas candentes de mi vida, que volando muere, que muriendo vuelan, que se esfuman mudas sin preguntar siquiera dónde el amor se queda cuando no viene. Esa pregunta es clara, me la sé de memoria, me arropo por la noche con la recta insistencia insigne, clara, de preguntar por ti, ¿dónde estás? ¿Cómo eres? ¿En qué milagro del creer tú quieres? Oh, corazón malherido por místicas tinieblas, oh, ruiseñor ya mudo, oh, casa oscura en las últimas horas del velorio nocturno de ese tiempo de amor que se fue como un suspiro leve, que volando muere, que muriendo vuela. Thank you.
Wow.
And to round it off, what love is not. Love is not sorrow waiting by the door of tomorrow. Love is not tears of sadness, not yearning in vain for the joy of your soul. Love is not anxiety, nor anguish, nor trepidation, palpitations, or the black fear of loss. It's not that brutal turmoil that spins you in the darkness. Don't know. Love is not tension in the pit of your stomach, nor that heavy feeling of loss in your chest, nor that hand that unseen holds your voice in its grip. Love is not anger, words and actions that fly like a spiteful spit on the face of your needs. Love is not lies cloaked as indignant truths, nor hypocrisy that nips at the heels of his sincerity. Love is not empty waiting for the miracle of change that will happen someday. Love is not begging, nor biting the lip of your anguish, nor swallowing the tears of your personal truth. Love is not waiting alone in the darkness of your soul's forlorn night, for the bright light of hope that will redeem your day and console you in your plight. What is love? I don't know. But I'm sorry. But by now, I don't know what love is not. Thank you very much.
Muchas gracias. Excelente. Thank you for coming back and joining us at La Esquina Open Mic. Really quick, if you feel comfortable reading in Spanish, absolutely. If you want to read in, Spanglish, absolutely. Everything is welcome. Next forward to the mic. So here's the thing for you guys who know me. Vicky and Eric Lugo I know them for a very long time. And Vicky, who's one of our features, was actually one of the first poets that I sat down with, and I drove her crazy when I started writing poetry. So having them, and she's laughing, you see her laughing. This is actually the first person I sat down with my scribbles, and I was like, what do you think? I wrote this. And she sat there patiently with me those first couple of times that I started writing. But next forward to the mic, we lost touch for a very long time. This is somebody who I hold dear to my heart, and we've kept contact throughout the years. So next forward to the mic is Eric Lugo. I can't hear you, Eric.
Can you hear me now?
There you go.
See, I'm in IT and I have technical issues. It's a real thing. Everybody feels it. So all right, so yeah, I just did something real quick on words. Put this together. So yeah, here it goes. Special character required. Shift my mindset. Escape my fears. Alt my reality. And insert new ideas. Delete my pain. Control my emotions. Use shortcuts to end the frustration. Run with no memory. And go numb as I lock. Scroll through my feed as I make my way home. You know what? Cash rules. Take a new page up. Find the right click and enter a safe space. Let me ask you, are you human? Are you still watching? Yes, no? Take tabs and backspace, but what the F for?
Thank you so much for putting that together, bro. Absolutely. I'm having a moment because I haven't seen them in such a long time. Okay, so next poet to the mic. My sister just dropped a book called Hurricanes, Love Affairs, and Other Disasters. Get yourself a copy. I think she's home. I think she's in the West Coast. I think that's where she's gonna read to us from. She's one of my favorites, Susana. Brave.
Gracias, hermano.
Hey.
Yes, this is the book. It just got into my hands last week. And I'm going to read a few short poems, but not from the book.
Woo,
I'm going to read it. I'm going to start with a poem that I wrote to the cover of the book. If that's crazy. The cover was based on a mural that was in Santurce in the Tres Talleres neighborhood. And I fell in love with this, and there was a search to find the muralist, and we found him. His name is Luis Perez, and I'm just infatuated with his mural. So I wrote this after the book came out, so it's not in the book, but it's called Still with Life, Woman with Rooster. Eyelids droop, not with dope, like the gato slumped on the curb, scratching scabbed and sunburnt skin, but with sober silence, soaking the air after storm turned all to ruin. Body bare, not like sunbathers on Condado's beach, curated bodies slathered with bain de soleil, but the nakedness of wind and want and a whiff of bitter sweat. Rooster in arms, not a blue plume gallo de pelea wearing spurs, sporting man betting next month's rent for a better chance, but a gallo that dreams, a gallina and golden eggs. A tall concrete wall, not a factory facade in Tres Talleres, but barrio peppered with printers and mechanic shops, but a wall turned Auburn Phoenix on Santurce's rebirth streets, acrylics flowing like amniotic fluid in a muralist's hands. So I wrote that in honor of Luis Perez. This next piece is a short piece that I wrote after Sonia Sanchez's poem, This Is Not a Small Voice. And this is called No Small Love. This is no small isla, you see. This 33 by 100 mile splash of green. This island is large, long, a syncopated song, a sizzling crimson flamboyant. This is no emerald speck, you see, floating between two swirling seas. Africa and Spain twirled Taino DNA and new migrations grew. This is not a flash of light drifting in a jet black night. This is loam y cordillera, caña, plantain, cascade of calloused hands. This is no small love, you see, This land of Mayelo, El Topo y Don Rafael, Parcha flavored verse, plumeria scented breeze. This love is a porous arc of palm trees, pours itself on balmy skin like waterfalls on obsidian. This love figure eights its hips, unlocks rusted gates, drips guarapo from its lips. This love is where I am, hermana, negrita, mami, mi amor. You see, this is no small love. And I have one more short one I could do. Could I screen share?
Yes, absolutely.
Because this is a crazy poem.
No, by all means.
Okay, this poem, oh, it's not open yet. Okay, I don't know if you know the poet Anthony Cody. He does some crazy stuff on the page. And so I was sort of trying to model what he does. And this poem is like a crossword puzzle in that you can read it in columns or you can read it horizontally. And I'm going to read it just one way. It's called Breaking Silence. And as epigraph, I have a line from Martina Espada that he wrote to a great South African poet and freedom fighter named Dennis Brutus. And he wrote, you mailed your banned poems cloaked as letters because the silence of the world was a storm flooding your ear, Martina Espada. And the poem, the one way to read it is this way. You mailed your banned poems fashioned on pigeons, wrapped around blue glint of neck, your name tattooed on leg. You mailed your message across peaks and seaphones to land in the hand of a child. Cloaked as letters, your poems pound like an elephant, sound waves in an eardrum, thrum malleus, incas, staples, till cochleas rattle like teacups in a cupboard riding an earthquake's rage. Disguised as letters, the poet's voice neon red, a laser-piercing fog, because the silence of the world was sitting on your chest. Because silence equals consent. Because to stand by is to be complicit. A storm flooding your ears like the roar of a hurricane, the rip, the slash, the wail of a palm tree cracking, reverberations of a plunging world. Banned poems cloaked as letters sent to end the silence, flood the world's ears like a storm. Thank you.
Excelente, excelente. Susana, what can I say? I can hear you read all day. Thank you for sharing that. To see poetry on the page is very beautiful. It reminds me of a piece that is still in a topic of conversation among the Títere poets that Isa put together a couple of years ago, where if you look at the poem, it's in a circle and it's just continuous. And you could actually, when you read this poem, you could start anywhere on the page. And it's a new poem every time you read it. It was amazing. I know she gets bashful, but that was an amazing poem. It's still one of my favorites. Before we continue, I'm going to call the consigliere of the Títere poets. For you who don't know who the Títere poets, Rich Villal is going to give you a little bit more information of who we are and what this collective is about. Rich, you ready?
All right. I'm going to apologize right now if you hear a bunch of motorcycles in the background. I am in an area of the BX that is an unofficial car show. It's a little beautiful. Yeah. So, why am I okay? It says unmute myself. I just did.
No, you're good.
All right. So, the Títere Poets is a collective of poets who are sort of in the tradition. There you go. See that?
Love it.
The BX is undefeated, baby. That's how that works. Anyhow, so the Títere Poets are a collective of poets, mostly of Puerto Rican descent, I think entirely of Puerto Rican descent, who have basically assumed and are out to redefine this archetype of the Títere, right? So the Títere is the one that hangs out on the corner, He might be playing dominoes. He might be, holding up the lamppost. He might be, kind of grabbing the kids by the ear and be like, come here, youngin, that kind of stuff, right? And the títere also is sort of like an unofficial hood historian. And that's what the títere poets look to embody, which is this idea that knowledge comes from sacred places that are not necessarily official places, but are sacred nonetheless, right? So they don't have anything to do necessarily with academia or the places that are sort of lofty and have a lot of titles. The títere is also, in our interpretation, one who is reinterpreting the idea of macho, or not reinterpreting, but rather turning on its ear and defeating this idea of machismo and toxic masculinity. So the collective is about sort of examining our own relationship to Latinidad and to machismo, and self-examining, those things that sort of poison our communities, and at the same time functioning as, again, those sort of hood historian as it was. The títere poets basically formed like Voltron a few years back. And what we do is, we hold open mics like this. We have La Esquina. We have a podcast that we've been doing, and a number of other projects that we are working on collectively. And that's basically us. And if you have any questions about us and what we do in our work, you can turn to the head cacique in charge, who is Mariana Pagan Morales. And you can turn to our artistic director, who is Isa Guzman. Sister Isa, hello, what's up? So you can also get at me. My name is Rich Villar. I'm also a poet. I've been a teacher for a number of years in and out of academia. And that's me. And that's us.
That's us. Thank you, Rich. Absolutely, thank you. And again, this collaboration, again, I'll keep saying it. Isa, thank you for keeping us together on YouTube, because we're a mess when it comes to technology.
The títeres are also challenging the idea that technology is easy.
Yes, it's never easy.
No tech is ever easy when it comes to a títere poet or a títere generally.
It's horrible. Okay, so next poet to the mic is a títere poet, my brother Mark Vigo.
What's up, everybody?
Yep.
How you doing, Papa?
What's going on, Pops?
I'm just gonna try to get into I'm just gonna try to go with the flow here, and this piece is called "Upon This Magnificent Loom." Just putting my words to the page is no longer enough for me, and I'll strive to breathe life into these words which I write, using my voice to weave an elaborate verbal tapestry. I dig deep, breaking down my molecular structure, searching for the fibers of my emotions, which I then turn into threads, wound on spools. Every shade in my vast range of emotions is infinitely rendered and vividly upon this magnificent loom. This loom that weaves is the loom that frees my soul so completely unrestrained. Whether it's tales of endless joy, sagas of surmounting adversity, or stories filled with nothing but heartbreak and pain. Each a different tapestry, yet woven perfectly and beautifully in equal measures. Some depicting happiness, others telling of heartache, and some filled with scenes of carnal pleasures. But still in all, it's not enough for me. Writing my words, the ink flows like claret from an open wound upon the page. I want my words to come alive, my lifeblood coursing inside, so I release them from the parchment, bringing them to life upon this stage. I want my words to reach you, want my words to teach you more about me and more about yourself as well. About how our lives are all so beautifully woven together, but more importantly, how we are all, but more importantly, how we all still have some of the most beautiful stories yet to tell. Tapestries, all of them, woven of words made from the threads of your emotions. Wow, on spools. We must never stop believing, keep dreaming with hearts beating hard while still weaving these beautiful tapestries upon this magnificent loom. Thank you, brother.
Yep. You got something else, Vigo?
That's what, man. Oh, well, I can. Yeah, I can do something else.
Oh, dude, you got 2 or 3.
Okay, cool. Let me do this. This is an oldie but a goodie. When I first started getting into the open mic scene, you know, a lot of people would ask me, "Yo, oh man, yo, do you do slam? Do you go to, you know?" And I didn't really know what that was, you know. But over the years, I've come to understand what it is, and this is what it is to me. What's slam? To me, that means going in hard, words exploding off your tongue, igniting the crowd like an incendiary device. From a mere spark to a roaring flame, painting with your voice a verbal epic, concentrated and compressed into the realm of 3 minutes or less, grabbing the crowd by the throat the minute you open your mouth and never letting go until your last breath. That's slam. Painting a picture so eloquently detailed, verbally rendered in shades of every imaginable color, emotions gently blended or mixed haphazardly like debris swirling in a tornado, hurled at us with the velocity to knock us the fuck out. That's slam. Bringing the pain, making some noise, a shout out to be heard around the world, your voice straining, veins in your neck bulging, mind exploding, just so that you can be heard. Escaping the monotony of your so-called life into a world of your own creation, a mental fortress built of your words, carefully stacked, mortared in place, building blocks of your intellect bonded together with your emotions to create your impenetrable silhouette. For even you can eclipse the sun, even if only for a moment, as you rip open your chest like ripe fruit, bearing your heart, allowing your soul to be all it can be. That's slam. When your words flow, spewing pure emotion, released like a torrential flood, we become washed away in your pain as well. Feeling the wounds inflicted as they are described, we flinch as your words pierce our eardrums. When we hear your voice and the words, they connect with our experiences, even the experiences we have yet to experience. Your words reaching out to us, touching us in ways that no one else has, or in ways that maybe no one else ever will. To me, that's slam. And I guess I can close it out with a little short one I have here. It's called The Words. And that's basically why we're here, man. We're all just trying to get a grip on the words, you know? So the words, they are elusive in the manner of dreams, barely remembered. You try to stitch together the pieces floating through your mind, resembling vapors recollected from slumber. If you grasp at them too hastily, you risk losing them to the wind forever. You must coax them gently into relinquishing their secrets by allowing them to mingle undisturbed. Open your soul to these words, invite them in. Should they decide to enter, embrace them wholeheartedly. Embrace them wholeheartedly and grant them free license to visit you whenever they please. Gracias a todo el mundo.
Vigo, I love you, bro. Let's go fishing soon.
Word up, man. We got fish to catch.
Word. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is, because again we're such an intimate group, I'm gonna have the open mic. Usually we'll have like the open mic and then we'll have the features and continue with the open mic. But what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna do the open mic and then end with the features. So next forward to the mic, Rebel Poet. Reb, you making coffee or are you on the? There he goes.
Hey, what's good, everybody?
What's going on, puppy?
So in true Did fashion, I do not have a poem ready. due to the fact that I've been preparing for an event that I'm going to be at tomorrow. 7 years since the public lynching of Eric Gardner. So what I'll do is I'll share with you all kind of a medley, and then I'll share a poem afterwards. All right. So Vigo, if you could mute yourself for me, papi, thanks. I would appreciate that. Gracias, mi hermano. Without justice, we ain't got no peace. Now, river out, we flood them streets. Dismal swamps surrounding our resolve impenetrable. Fighting for freedom, still implacable. Kikuyu, Kikuyu, spirit of the Mau Mau, heads held high. No, we won't bow now or ever to any system. Our resistance is empirical. Kirambola, machetero, palanquero, cimarrón, guerrillero, verdadero. Race and gender are social divides. Patriarchy has lied. White supremacy is well and alive. Time for our tribe to move unified. We should be on the same side. Coño. We should be on the same side. So check it. Mezcla de africano y taíno del Caribe, bastardo de fusiles españoles inclusive, creados en colonia, creando nuestra historia. Somos cuerpo que da dentro, vincula raíces puras, tronco que da fruto a tanta hermosura, montaña que perdura, tormenta y huracán. Nuestra fuerza no se puede calibrar. Somos musa que inspira pura vida, alegría en toda alma oprimida, resistencia, choque contra la violencia, escudo en jungla de cemento, colectivo intelecto, dueño instrumento, ilustre concierto de base y fundamento, ritmo que da alimento en tierra de lamento, protesta contra injusticia y racismo, la malicia que en todo se desquicia. Somos fruto de cuerpo colgado que edifique este llamado. Mi hermano, hermana.
Bars.
Thank you. Valle de Caguas. When it comes down to the soul of things, home is where the heart is. Hardest thing for me is grieving. Being there is everything. Why dread the after? ¿Qué coño? Canta tus bendiciones. Feel the breeze on your skin. It all starts here. Una calle conocida en Caguas. Las montañas all around. No wonder I am valley. Pegao que nunca seca. Caldito del caldero de mamá. I brought you here where the rain tastes of Sahara. Los Cosquises conduct an orchestra upon your arrival. And just like that, your smile is chiringa, overlooking El Morro. Even what was ravaged blooms in the winter, and the deity of chaos finds peace here. Hardest thing is I can't stay when the gray of days come, from shoveling sands of depression to staring at four walls, four corners, $4 to your name. For the weak, focus on the timbre of our voice while I speak. This cave is not your home. You are not alone or forgotten. The dead live in how we remember. Flores para los muertos, flores para los muertos, flores para los muertos. When it comes down to the sum of things, most revolutionary act is to go on living.
Yeah. Reb, you're working on an LP, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yes, on the EP.
An EP. Talk to me about that. When is that dropping?
Woo! So I have a few collabs that I'm working with, and I have a dope New York City graffiti artist working on my cover. I'm looking at end of August if everything goes well.
Okay.
I haven't announced a date yet because I want to make sure that everything is a go.
All right. Is there a name to this EP?
La Esencia. It's essentially a Spanish hip hop EP.
Dale, mi hermano. Very proud of you.
Gracias. Thank you, everybody.
Yeah.
There will be poetry though. Ya tú sabes.
Cool, brother. Thank you so much. So we're gonna keep it moving. Next poet to the mic. I'm not sure if he's ready. Thomas Connor, are you there, Thomas?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah.
What's going on? What's going on?
What's going on, my brother? Thank you for joining us tonight.
Dope. I just want to share something that I just found out. A moment of silence for the brother Bismarck. He just passed. So I don't know if anybody knew that. So a moment of silence for him, if we can. May he rest in power. So I'm gonna spit this piece. Let's get with it. Summer mornings, cartoons and coffee, cereal in my room, mommy bonchinchando, she catching up with the latest tea. She loved cuando soltaban la sopa. Tia Agatha on the phone, accent thick like yuca. She ambidextrous in her tongue, her English and Spanish bipedal in its speech. Strolling through stories, a journey, revelation of a past that sometimes prefers to stay hidden. Her Castellano, West Indian in its twang, as her tongue dripped with ease. Steel pan in her calypso, flying high with the mighty sparrow. El sonido de Roatán, her house brimming with the sound of laughter. Children running and catching, tagging stoops for safety. Broken bricks are sofas. Twilight in the sky, moons over Brooklyn. Asphalt streets moist with dew. Beds beckon, dreams begin until we do it all again tomorrow, maybe. That was the first piece. And I have a second piece. Is that okay? Hello?
Yeah, Thomas, you good.
Okay, good. So this one is for a prima of mine that unfortunately passed away. So I'm gonna spit this for her. Prima morenita, bella, clara como el cielo, sonrisa brillante. El sol en tu alma, el ritmo en tus pies. Vamos a bailar punta. Guataneri, guatsu, yupi pa ti, yupi pa mí. You, mi prima. Puta, no jodas que me fuiste para nunca volver. Te me fuiste a la fuente de la eternidad, pero para mí todavía vives en mi hogar. Primita, morenita, contigo voy a bailar solo hasta que nos encontramos en la eternidad. Peace. End poem. That was my last. It's the only two I had. Peace and blessings, everyone.
Thomas, thank you for always joining us at every Esquina open mic. Condolences to you. That was beautiful. I had no idea you spoke Spanish, brother.
Yeah, my family. Yeah, I know my last name throws everybody off. My parents are from Honduras, and my father was a Garifuna, a descendant of the Garifuna people, which are the Afro Hondurans. They're
I had an opportunity as a kid to go to Honduras. We'll talk about that some other time.
Dope,
But thank you for always swinging by and sharing your amazing poetry. All
Thank
right,
you.
so let me ask a question. Is it okay with you guys if I read something?
Go for it, man. Do it. Let's do
Okay,
it.
good. If it's no, I'll keep it moving. So this is called Mi Isla, a remix. En mi isla, el gallo aboga que gallina vieja hace buen asopao. Here the sun shines on Taino's skin and God's greed with envy wish it could be down with our swing. Where FIFA still says limbe a pejeta, has a shotgun porque se tiene que ir a protestar la peñuela. Aquí la caña grows on concrete. La vida no es fácil, pero we siempre feliz. Aquí arroz con huevo puts meat on your bones. Y el lagartijo es el alcalde del callejón. Aquí nada es imposible. 500 years of lucha, we're still el centro del Caribe. Aquí, ni Colón could have taken our love for nuestra cultura. Taíno, Black and European corre por nuestras venas. That's what makes us boricuas hasta en la propia luna. While cubanos paint a sky with independencia, with no strings attached, tú verás. Bendiciones gets, que el Señor te bendiga. Here, everyone is born in heaven. Here, to be called títere is a term of endearment. Salsa es el lenguaje indígena de mi gente. Todos somos o hermanos o vecinos y siempre presente. With that, mi gente, thank you very much. I wanted to share that small poem. With that, the next poet to the mic is Rich Villal.
All right.
Rich, real quick. Lismar said that if she were to take her, if she were to get off mute because she's in the Bronx, we could hear the, Lismar said that if she were to take herself off mute, that we could hear the party underneath her because she also lives in the Bronx.
I mean, if she wants to. I mean, yeah. It's real in the BX. So, all right. First of all, I want to give a shout out and todo mi pensamiento y mi energía para el pueblo cubano que ahora está pasando un rato bien jodón. No matter where you fall on the political spectrum, that's a struggle. And you know, I have family over there, and so you know, my thoughts are always with them, regardless. But particularly now that we have an increase in the political prisoners and just the prisoners generally, and you know, the mix of U.S. policy, which is ridiculously hypocritical, and the history of Latin America, all of that combined makes a very interesting and crazy time to be Cuban on the island. And I just wanted to give a shout out to the folks que están luchando en cada esquina, especialmente la comunidad afro-cubana que nobody ever shouts out. So that's real. Okay, so we're gonna read a couple poems here. One is new, one is, I guess you can say seasoned at this point, right? So I'll read the older one first for the BX, for the party, for the booyah. I feel like this is a good one since freestyle, 80 and 90s freestyle was like kind of born in the BX and in Northern New Jersey. And I see the BX is kind of answering me back, so I already know this is the right thing to do. This is called Freestyle Poem Number 1.
Woo!
Diamond girl, you make me feel. Diamond girl, you orange sunrise sea. Diamond girl, you drive to LBI. Diamond girl, you gunmetal gray sky. Diamond girl, you tongue stud in Bloomfield. Diamond girl, you Z Cavarici T top cityscape. Diamond girl, you day job secretarial cover story. Diamond girl, you warehouse paper cut. Diamond girl, you bikini in your purse. Diamond girl, you get fucked up after work. Diamond girl, you seaside heights balcony goddess. Diamond girl, you summer tiki bar. Diamond girl, you towels on the seats. Diamond girl, call your mother, she's worried. Diamond girl gives no fucks on a 3 p.m. Friday. Diamond girl driving to Lake George. Diamond girl, 25 cousins. Diamond girl, fight your ass in the club. Diamond girl, you snatch her boyfriend's drink. Diamond girl, you motorcycle on the beach. Diamond girl, you dream of suburban backyard. Diamond girl, you need to forget again. Diamond girl, your papi ain't home. Diamond girl, your mommy ain't home. Diamond girl, abuela's disapproval. Diamond girl, you don't have to explain. Diamond girl, you make me dodge bullets. Diamond girl, you make me fix my credit. Diamond girl, you make me drive while Diamond girl, you switch all the motherfucking stations. Diamond girl, you make me feel like I'm on fire when you are near. Like I'm the love I was supposed to feel. Like I'm trying not to scream. Like I'm old sirens dying in a sunshine dream. Like I'm taking the leather wrapped wheel. Like I'm the fifth gear down the parkway. Like I'm the state trooper hat in the windshield. Like we left the house at 7 a.m. with coolers and ollas. Like I'm skee ball on the boardwalk. Watch the tram car, please. Like I'm the riptide and you're the June water. Like I'm the only day we had on the beach. Like I'm trying to let go of the scorched earth. Like I'm inside the embrace of Jemaja Blue. Like I'm silver hitting the water. Like I'm home inside a sausage and pepper sandwich. Like I'm loose board chancleta tripping saltwater air. Like I'm home inhaling this crescent moon sea. Like I'm home inside your hands, small and large simultaneously. You captivate me with your smile, with your crossfire, with your Brooklyn, with your Jersey babies, with your family business, with your New York, with your booyah, with your short curls, with your long curls, with your restless radio, with your sweaty palms, with your to-do list, with your laundry fetish, with your lesson plans, with your escape hatch, with your sunroof, with your reminders, with your subtleties, with your head smash, with your laugh. Girl, you make me get so wild. Girl, you ain't no girl. Girl, you mathematics on a windstorm. Girl, you've been driving with me since the beginning. Girl, you wrote me into being. Girl, you broke me into weeping. Girl, you named me without sleep. Girl, you dreamed me lush. Girl, you blame me for your blush. Diamond girl, tú me haces sentir idílico poeta junto a ti. Buried office in Long Branch Beach. Found your face inside my own. Mi niña de diamante. Sí, tú eres. Yes. Yes. All right. Diamond Girl. Ooh, oh, Diamond Girl. So, how many I got, Mario? Just the one more, or can I do two more? Should I stick to one? I'll stick to one.
You know what? Listen,
Yeah.
we run until like 15 la mañana. So, so you know, if you want to do two more, that's fine with me.
I mean, I'll do the one that is also kind of slightly musical. This is a remake of an older one called Noche Buena. I don't have a lot of new shit. Like I'm working on a bunch of stuff. I just moved to the BX and like, you know, a lot of transitions happening in my life. So like the poems come at the pace of like Donald Hall now. Them shits like come like 4 a year. So, you know, it is what it is. So I'm gonna do this and then I'll do the new one I have. It's called Noche Buena. And this is for my brother. All the music is in your hands. All the music is in your hands. All the music is in your hands. All the music is in your hands, improvised on dry gorder, slapping across the drum my father stretched into existence. All the music is in your hands, a gourd, grooves and scratches, cracks and sweat, improvised rhythm. All the music is in your hands, an improvised rhythm scratched across a gourd, an afro pick, a black fist anyway, a revolutionary insistence inside the house on Buffalo Avenue. All the music is in your hands, insistence scratched across a gourd, afro picks and jibaros in this cold northern city. Pickle jars for congas, your clubbed fingers, Memories swept in snowdrifts, stay piled by the door. Papi said never to answer the bell when he's not home. We are strangers here. We are kin. On this night, there is neither suburb nor city, only dress shoes and pernil, kitchen steam frosting the windows. We write our names there. All the music is in your hands. El Jibarito de Lares on 33 RPM scratches in the record, and no one knows better. This was years before we found you, asleep on the bathroom tile, a fist trying to pound its way out of your skull. I'm standing in a manicured boneyard. No manner of proper groundskeeping will exorcise the closing of the crypt. All the music is in your hands. 2 a.m. sopong on Nochebuena, and Uncle Johnny and Uncle Junior are trading decimas and Winstons on the back porch. Snow and 30 degrees be damned. All the music is in my hands. Mom's pasteles ground out 15 deep in the kitchen. Tradiciones kept alive. Congas keeping my father alive. The guiro scratching in my sleep, keeping you alive the way we all wished we could that night at the kitchen table. All right. I got one more short one. This is a name poem that is brand new, and in the tradition of Julia de Burgos, it's kind of a self-naming poem. This is literally called Richard E. Villar, which is the official name on my birth certificate, which is a very long story, which I'm not going to tell now. But Richard E. Villar. A name is borrowed, then inherited, then shaped into this face. Love is another name for grip, for regret, for choosing a starlit grave. I know in my brain there is no malice, but my heart is the scrap metal of a history no one bothered to write down or draw maps to. Repeating islands and knives in the throat. I am a man with my own ways of fixing the things that are broken. I am trying to piece together the smashed porcelain in mommy's living rooms. White shards slipping between the grooves of raw fingertips. If I say love, if I say no to heaven-bound fireflies, live the way lightning licks the black willow sliced in two, then I am a man who no longer lives inside another man's body, dreaming of flying turtles and ciguaraya trees, a blue machete to find you by the river, my truest mirror.
Gente, Rich Villar. Thank you, my brother. That Diamond Girl piece is my favorite piece ever. I will go down with that. All right. So we're gonna end the open mic, and then we're gonna go into the features. We're gonna end the open mic with a brother who needs no introduction. But I'm gonna give him one. Deeper.
Hail, Chupa, my emperor. This is Captain Papichulo of the starship Chupacabra, calling in to deliver my report. After 10,000 years in hibernation, I have finally arrived at the solar system approaching the planet Earth. I will descend shortly to establish first contact with the humans and bring about a new era of intergalactic travel, trade, and harmony. What's that, my liege? Do not go down to Earth. You say don't go down. Wait, are you serious right now? Are you serious right now, my supreme deliciousness? I don't mean to be a dick, but I did just travel 10,000 years to get here. I left behind 37 and a half wives and 1,500 offspring behind on our home planet. 10,000 years by 1,500 offspring is exactly 15 million birthdays. That's 15 million birthdays and 50 million gift cards I missed for the stupid mission. Add my 37 and a half wives, that's 375,000 anniversaries. And you know what else wives have, my chulis nakinas? That's right, birthdays. 375,000 birthdays to be precise. That's a total of 15,375,000 birthdays. Oh, what's that, my liege? Oh, I will be executed upon my return to planet Yucayeke for my insubordination. Well, good thing our life cycles are only 25,000 years, so I guess I'll just die on my way back home before you have a chance to execute me. So joke's on you, you maternal unit fornicator. But while I have you on the line, my liege, my sexy liciousness, why shouldn't I go down to Earth? What's the problem? What? They're what? Killing each other. Why, what for? What possible? Excuse me. My liege, you're breaking out the color of their skin. Color? Well, why not oppress each other for a civilized reason, like tentacle size or number of genitals, for example? What's that? They already captured one of our scouts. Well, they're probing our orifices. Because they think we want to probe their black holes. We would never venture by a black hole. They're too dangerous. The gravitational pull of Oh, that's what they call their orifices. My mistake, my liege. I mean, these humans sound quite savage. I should just bombard them from orbit. Ensign, full power to fort and jump. My liege, I cannot destroy the planet if you keep yelling in my ear. That's very inconsiderate. Frankly, toxic workplace behavior. Anyway, sit tight. I'll be there in a few years. What's that? They have nuclear bombs. What in the all-father's name is a nuclear bomb? They can do what? All the way up to space. My lord, these humans are gangster. They kill how many people? They kill how many? My liege, our last war lasted 5,000 years and like 20 people died. But they kill how many a day? That many a fucking day? Don't they sleep or make offspring? Okay, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna just fly by, make some noise and shit, and then dip the fuck out. When I get home, hey, listen to me. We're gonna say we made contact, like, hey, we come in peace, and humans like, nah, we good. And we're like, cool, see you never again. So you don't say nothing, okay? You don't say nothing, I don't say nothing. We good, okay, we good. Just chill out. This will just take a minute. Wait, what's going on here? What is that? What in the? Oh no, my liege! Oh no, they're locked down to me, my liege! No! Oh my goodness! Say to my 36 wives that I love them, not the one and a half, they're kind of dicks. Oh no!
Gracias, Daniel, for for dinner and a movie. Much appreciated. You're welcome. Thank you for coming to Esquina. We can always expect Daniel to put on a show. It is amazing, and we love him to death. Okay, with that said, let's get into our illustrious features for this evening. First feature, let me read her bio because I think that's important. Victoria Lugo is a Lower East Side native, poet, singer, and artist. She hosts multiple artist showcases at the Sidewalk Cafe, bringing seasoned singers together with first-time vocalists together to create intimate moments of connection through song and poetry. Her artwork has been shown at the Heath Gallery, located in the landmark townhouse in Central Harlem, New York. Most recently, she just released her debut art and poetry book, Who Knows Which Way to Go Now? A beautiful and soul-inspiring collection of poetry, song, and short prose focuses on introspection of self-awareness and personal transformation. The book is also transforms the pages into a visually striking gallery exhibit of original art pieces by the author. With us esta noche, Victoria Lugo.
Hey, hi everybody. I'm like so incredibly honored and blessed to be here tonight, to be sharing the stage with so many incredible poets. The open mic was amazing. You guys are really freaking awesome. Thank you, Títere Poets, for inviting me tonight. I've known Mario, as he said, for over 10 years, and I was around when he was just beginning to explore his poetic license, and it's just so incredible to me to be here in this kind of full circle moment. And you're giving me this beautiful opportunity to share some kind of newly birthed poems from this book, and I'm really, really grateful. So I want to start today with a poem about toxic positivity. I'm a pretty cheery type person and happy-go-lucky, go with the flow type person. And sometimes people expect that of me all the time. And that's really like the burden of being other people's joy machines is a lot. So this is Cupcakes. Why do I always have to put cupcakes on everything? Do you really expect me to be all smiles all day, every day? Why everything gotta be so sweet? Don't your teeth hurt? Can't you imagine how exhausting it can be? You can say things plainly sometimes, you know. I mean, aren't you glad to actually meet me? There's more than just, more that's definitely gonna make you uncomfortable, but not as uncomfortable as it is to wear this pastel painted on glee that makes you happy, but isn't all of me. And you know, it doesn't mean that I'm having a bad day either. My day might be just fine, even better if I didn't have to wear your expectations around my neck like a welcome sign. Sure, come on in. Pleasantville's always open. You know what? In fact, bring all your mess, your crazy circumstances, your uncomfortable situations, and bad day drama. Come lay it on my porch and watch me transform it all into fairy dust. Sprinkle it all over these pink ass cupcakes you insist on me making every fucking day. No, I'm not mad. I'm not angry at all. Not at you and not at anybody. I mean, how could I be? Anger isn't on the menu here. Only cupcakes. So. Thanks. All right, so for my second poem, I'm gonna do a poem from a series. I did a series of paintings, and I don't know if you can see the painting there behind me a little bit. Let's see if I can move it up a little. It's a series of paintings on tenderness and nurture. And it was kind of exploring what it means to be nurtured in relationship. There's one of a child, there's one of an ancestor holding a person. And then there's this one. And the poem that I'm going to read is about exploring nurture in relationship. And each of the paintings had a poem that I wrote specifically for it. Okay, poem is called Love Was Lying in Bed with Us Last Night. Love was lying in bed with us last night. Even though I didn't want to look at you, I was so tight, wound up with emotion and disappointed after the fight that I can't even remember how it started. The lights were already down. And we were inches from goodnight when I saw the backlight of your phone, and I had to ask, what you doing? It was an innocent inquiry, but underneath it was miry, a quagmire of sticky memories and latent insecurities. I instantly regretted my words. They would have circled in my head and kept me up in our bed, but now they're out. No screams, no shouts, just silence after expressing my doubts for no reason. There was nothing going on. You were arranging for something amazing that had nothing to do with me, but I needed to see. I needed to know, and that made me go to a place I didn't belong. There wasn't anything wrong to know, but now there's this long, bumpy road back to being with you because we fought. And it was my fault. That's what I thought. But thankfully, love was lying in bed with us last night. Through the vibration in the air between us, I could feel a draw. Even through the stare between us, I could see your jaw quiver. My heart shivered at my coldness. I instantly wanted to hold you. I didn't know if a bolder move was in me. I didn't know if I could or even if I should, but I knew if I didn't, I'd regret it forever. My hand reached for your shoulder, but when your body responded, I knew that you knew the true place where all my insecurities grew. You were hurt. And that was more importantly true, but even in your hurt, you could be with me and allow me to be with you. We didn't need to make the other wrong to be right with one another. And right now, my gratitude is overwhelming. Most of all to you, but also to the love that was lying in bed with us last night. Thank you. Whew. All right, so my last poem, I lost a friend this week. We talked a little bit about loss tonight. And I lost a friend this week, and we had been friends for a long time and we had not really talked for a long time. So it was really a surprise to hear it. And it was also a surprise to be so close to a loss that's so close to like my peers, like being the same age. And I think it hit really close to home. And I think even with COVID, the losses that we've all experienced hitting really close to home. So this poem is about not waiting. And it's called The Time Is Now. Fresh air is waiting for your skin. The ocean is yearning to hold you again. The sun is searching for your face to shine upon it, and the earth is readying its surface for your feet to walk upon it in anticipation. They all wait for you with bated breath, wondering if you'll pursue it before your death or just keep waiting. They wonder, what are you waiting for? When they are more than ready to see you walking through the open door, it's slowly closing and a brisk wind can slam it shut at any moment, in any minute, and with it, your shot is fucked. Don't you realize the clouds are calling out for you to reach for the skies? The stars are welcoming you. Come on in and make a home with us. This is where you belong. The welcome mat's been set. Did you forget? Your invitation had an RSVP. Could it be you never got it? Now that's impossible. It was hand delivered to you before you were barely a thought. All things are possible. If your mind's eye can see it and you believe it and take steps to achieve it, it is achievable. We kind of think it's a little unbelievable that you're taking this long. Where is your song? Oh, we know. You're working on it. But the rhythm cannot be contained. It's running through your veins. You have us tapping our feet to the beat, and it feels so sweet. But you gotta complete it. It's what we've been waiting to hear in its entirety. We've been waiting all these years and we are tiring. Aren't you tired of waiting too? It's finally time to let go and let it flow from within you. Knowing the fresh air will carry your tune, the ocean keeping time. The sun is handling the high notes, so you'll be just fine. The earth is bringing in the soul vibes, and the harmony is perfectly blended by the clouds in the sky. The stars have aligned. If you've been looking for a sign of the time is now. The time is now. The time is now. And that's it, and that's all.
Thank you so much, Victoria Lugo Rubio's book. Who knows which way to go now? When does it come out, Vicky?
It's out on Amazon right now. It's
your hubby put it up. Your hubby put
oh
it up.
yeah, awesome. Thank you, babe. It's out now. It's on Amazon in ebook, and we'll be doing a printed copy of it sometime in November. I'm looking for a really good printer because it does have a lot of art in it, and so it's going to be like a coffee table style book when it's all said and done. But thank you so much. This was incredible.
No, thank you, Vic. Let's get together soon. Let's have dinner.
Yes, please.
I miss you guys terribly. Really quick, Vicky and Eric are not the only artists in the family. She has an amazing daughter. I'm sad she's not here. And
yeah, she actually had to go to the hospital right before this thing. She's fine, but she really did want to be here. So
Angelina, right?
Yes, Angelina.
Okay. And Ezra is an amazing filmmaker. So I'm really honored that we're reconnecting. So, okay. So we're gonna end the night with an amazing sister. Mariana Goycoechea is a writer and educator of Guatemalan Argentinian descent, based in New York City. Her work has been published in NY Sci Press, The Rumpus, The Acentos Review, Harvard, Palabritas Magazine, Fourth River, the Selkie Lit Mag in the UK, and most recently in the Breakbeat Poets Volume 4 Latinx. She is a former alumni of the Tin House and Vona workshops and received fellowships and scholarships in the Sarah Lawrence Summer Seminar for Writers, Fine Arts Work Center, Watering Hole, Kenyon Review Writers Workshop, and Junior Summer Writing Institute. She has performed for the New York Poetry Festival, Capico Culture Showcase, Oye Group, Great Weather for Media, La Pluma y La Tinta, and now La Esquina Open Mic. She is in her second and final year of the Ashland University MFA program in poetry. The realest fucking poet I know, Mariana Goycoechea.
Hi, thank you so much. Oh man, it feels weird to be gassed up like that, but whatever, I'll take it. Thank you, Victoria. Thank you for your words. Okay, so I'm gonna read some. I'm gonna start off with poems about my mom. I got some COVID-19 poems. I feel like everyone has at least one of those. Okay, so I'm gonna start off with a poem called Crown. My mother speaks to me in hate for heat. I inherited this bigotry of ourselves, people of both desert and and the Caribbean. ¿A poco parezco tucán, mucha? The sucking of her teeth would commence, the fingers of her heavy hands folding the fitted sheets of the heavy boulder air. I'm not tropical, not urban, not Jutiapa, not Livingston, not Queens, just these calor waves and this box of a Mayan body, complexion of wet cardboard in the heat, wondering why her mother carried the source of her pain whole until a Sunday in July 1986, when for once the heat took a break, as if Olofi knew to lower the temperature to a tepid 76, to let my mother Hoa know the coast was clear, to open wide her center of the world, her origine du monde, gifting breath to the gestational diabetic creature, a star of a dead sea, a child Yamaya wouldn't claim, but offered to Obatala. Here, Father, I offered this child and her Ori ravaged by heat. She will need you so. Cool her crown, cool her crown, cool her crown. Origins of Blue. Might start with Mommy in Miami, international arrivals, 1969. Bruises on Mommy's body from an abusive husband. Mommy's job, Cohen home, pastel blue walls. Mommy's visa renewal application, blue ink. Consulate clerk throws it in a blue paper bin. Mommy delivers a rock punch to her eye. The color of deportation, I want it to be blue. Mommy said it took 17 days just to reach the American border. Los paisajes increíbles, she would say about Mexico. Mommy, what else was blue besides sky and meals? Birds, cacti, maize fields, sour flowers, sunsets. Arrival number 2. New York feels new again. Mommy meets Papi, a man whose nation boasts a celeste flag. The children came one by one, blue in the face. I, the final chapter, a blue bookend. Mommy's diabetes, bruises from insulin I inject for her. I am 11. More blue. Papi not around, blue. He sends cards. They stop. Mommy dies on the 17th of a winter month. Blue lips, blue chest, blue belly. I now write them with my blue pen. I kiss them all. So I have a small poem. It was about a dream I had with my mother recently. And then I would love to finish with those 2 COVID poems. So, wet dream. I thought my mother extinct. Now a shadow for 10 years. A silhouette of grief appeared on a Thursday afternoon, combing long strands with balloon hands. Yes, she called me India again, and for once didn't mean wicked. She stopped with laughter. I became water. So this poem, I call it anti-ode to Elmhurst Hospital. For those of you who know, Elmhurst Hospital is in Queens. It was baptized the epicenter of the epicenter during the pandemic. And yeah, this is just a poem about how people were clowning me. My employers, my like fellow coworkers. Yeah, just like making fun of Elmhurst Hospital. So anti-ode to Elmhurst Hospital. Everyone loves making fun of you. I love how you take all the blows like a champ. You're not seriously going there for your shot, my coworkers scoffed. Had they known you housed my birth next to Rikers inmates, which means they're also saying you shouldn't be here. They forget their pretty neighborhoods were bleak movie sets on break when the world died on live TV. You, shitty hospital, are the origin story. When Earth closed, everybody heard those sirens, damn near 20 an hour, but yours sounded like an army of mermaids choking on fresh air. You, a god, Zeus or Ludumare, sent other gods to save the world at the ungodliest hours anyway. So fast, even the neighborhood witches were fast asleep. So I'm gonna end with a shout out to the Titere poets, because my next and final poem was a poem that was birthed during the pandemic, like just in the company of Rich, of Isa, of Mario, and a host of other folks, when we were seeking community, when we were reaching out to each other during the pandemic. It was a really, really dope initiative called La Cocina, that Rich spearheaded, and Jasmine too. I believe Jasmine I guess was sort of like the brainchild of that. And unfortunately, she was here earlier, but she left. So, shout out to all of you so much for holding space and for your guidance, both in terms of craft, but also just like for the sake of poetry, you know, for the sake of being the poets that we are and having the fucking audacity to do this. So my last and final poem, my last poem, is called Self Portrait a la mitad del mundo, after Eduardo C. Corral. I'm in epicenter crawling its way back to chaos, my first lover. I'm cubic zirconia, the brightest hood diamond, culo de botella, seen from every border. I'm shit stained, yet smell of blue 40 mistolin. Fuck your chemical free. I'm still organic and lavender. I loathe emperors, but love their kingdoms. I'm mendiga and glamour. I'm an earth void of seasons. Afterbirths belong to stillborns here. I'm the last taco truck standing in front of a wet brick wall of white sharks wearing face masks. I'm an alligator dipped in fake gold staring out the furniture store window. I'm a conversation piece. I'm auntie and a good lay, boring and fly by surprise. I'm the only bata that came back from the motherland. I'm a ghost who misses breathing. I'm lungs with mashed potatoes for a liver thanks to 10 days of Tylenol. The doctors told me home is the best place to die. I'm the tiniest corner, la mitad del mundo, and essential to the entire planet. I'm bony fingers traveling from forehead to chest to left and right shoulder. I'm prayer born in the hands of a lonely woman, fucking herself out of an insomnia until the birds chirp. And that's it. Thank you.
Muchísimas gracias. I am always humbled um, that people even show up to like like this was birthed out of a dream, and because Isa said fuck it, let's do it. So
Yeah.
I think one of the things I've learned about my mentors in the years that I've started taking this seriously is that we have to create our own spaces, we have to write in our language, and we have to stop asking permission to do what we love to do. So muchas gracias to everybody. I'm gonna end it again with Etheridge Knight because that's what I'm reading. Genesis chapter 11. The word was, is, will be. The beginning and the end be. And the word is round and warm and rolling. The word be a verb, and the verb be woman. Mi gente, muy buenas noches. Thank you for coming, for joining us this evening at La Esquina Open Mic. I am deeply humbled. I love, love, love intimate spaces like this. We're working on eventually getting to a space again. Please stay tuned. Thank you for coming.